It's always said leaders come and leaders go, and of course for the new leaders to come in, there are legal processes and electoral processes that have to be followed. Back to where I'm standing currently, I'm coming to you live from Makerere University, to be precise. And when you look at this particular university, a number of prominent people in the country have been groomed through the leadership and of course the different opportunities and platforms within the university, including the debates. When you look at the 89th Guild leadership, by the virtue they have been dissolved, this means that it has already opened a process for the next leadership that will be ushered into the office, and that is the 90th Guild leadership. And recently Electoral Commission came up with a roadmap of the nominated candidates and also new guidelines. Now when you look at our constitution and also the constitution of the university, of course these entities are being guided and are being guided by the constitution. When you look at the constitution, there's always what we call the freedom of association and also of course freedom of speech, among others. But recently the Electoral Commission came up with new guidelines. One, the number of candidates or the number of students that a candidate is supposed to have in his or her camp during campaigns, and also two, we also saw Electoral Commission coming up with guidelines of not allowing candidates to have posters during campaigns, among others. These are some of the few that I can actually give you for this particular moment. However, I'm not going to preempt everything. This morning I'm delighted to be joined by the 90th Electoral Commission chairperson, that is Mr. Chirunda Ramadan. First of all, we want to digest on this particular subject matter. I want to understand, when we talk about the candidates who are competing for this particular race, the top race, how many candidates have been nominated, and also when will the university or the students exercise their constitutional rights by casting their votes. Mr. Chirunda, most welcome to Morning at NTV show. We're talking about the elections for the 90th Guild leadership for Makerere University. How many candidates have been nominated this time?
Good morning, viewers. My name is Chirunda Ramadan, the chairperson of the 90th Electoral Commission. The 90th Electoral Commission received 583 applications from the Makererians, and out of the 583, 415 were successful. Of those 583, 22 were from Guild aspirants and 16 Guild aspirants were successfully nominated.
Okay. Could you tell us how these processes are going to flow? You had the first day candidates expressing their interest, applying for the different positions of their interest. How are these processes going to flow up to the last day when the voters or the electors will be casting their votes, and also declaration of the results?
Well, to take you briefly into the guidelines and the roadmap, on 29th of January 2024, the 90th Electoral Commission was sworn in, and on 8th we produced the 90th Electoral Commission roadmap. On 9th we started calling for applications up to 13th, and from 14th up to 22nd we did the verification of the candidates. On 23rd the candidates were published, and those that were duly nominated were also published. We held a press conference to address the nation and the guarantee of Makererians on how far the electoral process has reached. We also held the briefing of candidates to take them through the electoral guidelines, and then also the provisions of statutes that stipulate the electoral offences. So, and on 7th we shall have the voting and declaration of the successful candidates. In terms of the guidelines, they are not new, but we have re-recorded them because the guidelines are very clear. We copied them from the section 6 of the Guild Statute, which was enacted by the Makerere University Guild Council, and it was enacted in accordance with section 69 of the Universities and Other Statutory Institutions Act. So among the guidelines we have candidates not belonging and associating with political parties, groups, and then also making sure that the affairs of the guild are not influenced by external forces. Another guideline was not defacing university building, because it is a university policy, and then also a section in the statute. It is an electoral offence in section 6 of the statute to deface university building with the posters and campaigning materials. But however, as the 90th Electoral Commission, we've written to the the office and the directorate of estates, which is supposed to take in charge of the buildings and everything that is at campus, to make sure that they give us guidance on where and how candidates can put their banners. Another guideline is candidates not moving with not more than 15 people. So it is not that we are infringing on their rights, but we are trying to regulate the elections in accordance with the statute.
Maybe